Hello, everybody.
Hey, Sean, how you doing?
Sean, how do you, I guess, sum all this up where it seems like, this whole week there's kind of been a feeling maybe it's you, maybe it's Everett, then all of a sudden you find out you go and you have a career day. What's it like?
It feels great. Feels great that this team, especially coming off last week. I think this week was real important. Not just the game, but the whole week of practice. All the young kids, it really showed everyone cared, especially today. I think a lot of guys just went out there and had fun. I think that's what we needed.
Granted, different situation than last time you started, but how was this different just for you having that extra year of experience, getting to compete in camp this past year, being, I guess, closer to being the guy?
Oh, it's a lot bigger, especially going into a game knowing you already have played a game. It's a little different than going into a game knowing you've never played before, so it definitely helped.
How does it build your confidence as a quarterback to be called upon twice and succeed in both times?
It feels great. I know obviously just couldn't have done it widhout the rest of the guys on the team, that's for sure.
Sean, when did you find out?
I was taking, we kind of split in reps all week, just precautionary. Didn't know how I was going to finish. But Friday morning was really probably definitely when I found out.
How was the first few weeks of the season for you, having be the number 2 quarterback? Was it tough trying to prepare like a starter, or was that something you ever
it's always tough.
battled with?
It's always tough as a second guy to, it's the hardest position because you still have to prepare like you're starting, because you never know, you could go in there the second play of the game. So yeah, it was tough, but gotta do what you gotta do.
This one, Clemson, or this one feel better?
I don't know. That's a tough question. I don't know. I think Clemson was a little different. Game came down to the wire, overtime. I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough question, but I think Clemson was pretty crazy last year.
What was going through your mind just when you finally hit the field and you threw that first touchdown pass?
It was nice. Obviously, the first 2 drives were a little, shaky. If someone wasn't making a mistake, it was someone else. And I think going out there and scoring a big play. Travis made a great play. Line blocked great. I think all 11 guys were on the same page, and I think that sparked the offense the rest of the day.
Sean, do you think you made the case to play Clemson next week?
That's up to Coach Fisher. That's Coach Fisher's problem. I can only call it his problems, I guess.
Did you feel like today was potentially an audition though for the rest of the season?
I wasn't. I was more thinking about this offense needed to get back to the way the Florida State used to play, and I think that the line did a great job today. I think they really dug down deep. They played great. They were banged up as well. The receivers, obviously, Travis played great. Bobo, you can just. I think it was a good day for everybody, especially just to go out there and win and really, play great football.
Do you think you guys have been like for you, given all the stuff given the fact that you came in, you thought it was yours, Everett comes in, you have to wait your turn. What was it like for you?
It's tough, but I gave it all I had in August, and that was the coach's decision. And I obviously, I'm a Florida State football player, and I'm here for this team, and I still prepared every game like I was going to start, just because that's what you have to do. And it was tough, hearing the news, but that's football.
Sean, what's the toughest part about entering this week now, knowing that Coach just said he's going to pick the best player? It feels like you got to audition again, and it's kind of like fall camp all over.
Oh, I don't know. We just got to have a good. We just have to have a good week of practice. I think all positions, and really got to go back to our old practices.
Sean, your chemistry with your wide receivers looked like you didn't miss a beat. How much of that just carried over from spring and fall?
Yeah, I think that was the biggest thing too, is the spring and fall. I spent a lot of time with them in the summer too. A lot of people forget about the summer. It's just all the 7-on-7s, and it was them because the kids are gone who all went to the NFL, and it's really just us. And I think that's when you form the bonds. So I think that was big too.
What do you remember most about today?
Winning. We played great football and we won the football game. Feels good though. Coach Fisher always talks about the last 5 minutes of the game. Not the last 5 minutes of the play, but the 5 minutes after the game's over. How do you want to feel? You want to feel like you do now, or do you want to, feel like we did last week? And I think that's what the best part is.
How did you feel like Travis played?
Travis played awesome. I mean, he was everywhere he needed to be. He made great, not only in the passing game, but he made great blocks in the run game as well. People forget about him playing as a receiver, but Travis really stepped it up today, that's for sure.
Difference in him from last week?
Was...
The difference in Travis from last week, just kind of after the rough outing, got short attack?
Had great confidence. It just shows how much of a playmaker he is. He's a great ball player, and I think, maybe catch that big play in the beginning, really, I think just sparked his play the rest of the day.
You think the play calling showed the coach's confidence? There's a lot of 4 and 5 wide sets. He took deep shots early in the game.
Yeah, it was nice. It's nice and reassuring. the second string goes in, it's nice to know that they're still going to call the game the same way. That's for sure.
Was it a little more? It's been a year. Was it a little more conservative when in the first half against Clemson?
A little more conservative. I think the first couple plays maybe.
Mm-hmm.
The first couple plays of kind of first snap, maybe just get a couple handoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that in that aspect probably.
You've seen Jaquez in practice. I mean, do you have this type of game?
Oh yeah, he's like I said. Once he gets going, once he got his confidence going, he was a little nervous, obviously being a freshman first start. But once he got going, I don't know who wants to tackle 240 pounds coming at you that fast. So he played awesome today. He did great in the pass blocking as well.
What was your confidence at halftime after seeing what he was doing?
It was talking about Jaquez. Yes. It was awesome, because I think my biggest thing, I spent a lot of time with him Friday night, just going over pass protections. He knows what to do in the run game. He knows what to do in the pass game too, but it's just kind of reassuring with all their different looks they bring. So it was pretty reassuring knowing that he did a pretty great job.
Were you nervous entering the game knowing that Dalvin wasn't going to be there, but you had to rely on a freshman?
No, I mean, can't really replace Dalvin, that's for sure. One of the best backs in the country, but this is Florida State, next man up. We got a bunch of great guys, whether it was him or Vickers. I got all the confidence in them too.
Were you nervous at all? Just you personally? I mean, you had been on more than a year since you.
Yeah, it was. I say last night was probably more weird, just knowing you're going to bed and you're waking up and you're starting. But once you go out there, and I honestly think actually getting hit on that first third down helped a lot. I like getting hit early, so get that out of the way. So.
One more question.
It seems like you were picking a lot of things up at the line. Is that a normal thing for you, or is that something that's kind of been part of what you do over the last year or so?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it was different, especially in the run game. Different checks and putting us in the best situation, whether it's going right, going left, and same with the pass game. We knew coming in, watching a lot of films, where they were blitzing from, who they were bringing, what coverages they were coming. So it was pretty good to pick up on.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.